Hello and welcome to Sasa's Kitchen, and today I'll be sharing this recipe. It's a deep dish apple pie. You can also change up the apples for different fruits. It's 1 1/4 cup of all-purpose flour, half a teaspoon of salt, half a tablespoon of sugar, and gently mix these together. Then you add half a cup of unsalted butter, and you want this to be really cold, and it's approximately 113 grams. So you can use a knife to cut up the butter into smaller chunks. Then using a pastry blender, mix the dough together until they're a little crumbly mixture. Now slowly add 1/4 cup of ice cold water plus an extra tablespoon and mix this through, and you can add more water if you find that it's too dry. You want to work quickly so the butter doesn't get warmed up by your hands. Once you can form the dough into a ball, wrap it in plastic wrap. Place it in the fridge for at least 1 hour before rolling out. So while the dough is in the fridge chilling, you can start to prepare your apples. So first you wash them, then we're going to peel them. I recommend removing the skins because if you have apples with a red skin and you slice the pie, it gets a kind of a pink color. You want to cut the apples so they're really slim and small pieces. So we want to cram as many apples as we can inside this pie crust. So now we got all the apples are cut up, about half a lemon. It's 1 tablespoon of freshly squeezed lemon juice. Be careful the seeds don't fall into your apples. If you see them, pick them out. So I use a blend of different types of apples. You can choose one kind or do a mixture. I think a mixture is nice. And if the apples are more sour, you're going to need a bit more sugar. Mine is on the less sweeter side, so only 1/4 cup of sugar. I also like to eat this apple pie hot with vanilla ice cream, so that adds more sugar, so there should be enough sugar here. And then 1/4 cup of all-purpose flour and half a teaspoon of salt. And then you just want to toss the apples until they're all coated. Lightly oil the pan. So lightly flour the surface to roll our dough. And to check if your dough is big enough, you take your circle pan and you want the circle plus a bit more for the sides of the edges. So obviously it's too small. Okay, so once the size is good, we're going to gently fold this in half. Okay, and then half one more time. And place this corner about in the center. And then we can reopen up our crust. Just fit this inside. In some places that are too tall, you can either rip off some of this crust and put it on the other side that's a bit shorter. Okay, so now that your pie crust is all ready, we're going to scoop the apples into the pan. You want to move the apples around and pack them nice and tight. So you want to bake at 375 degrees for 30 minutes. So while the pie is in the oven, we can prepare the topping. So we have half a cup of unsalted butter, and I want you to melt this in the microwave. 1/3 a cup of sugar, 3/4 cup of all-purpose flour, 2/3 a cup of oats, so 1 teaspoon of cinnamon, half a teaspoon of nutmeg, half a teaspoon of salt, and 1 teaspoon of baking powder. Okay, so take the pie out only briefly so that you have time to put the topping on. Okay, so we're gonna cover the top with foil. Be careful, the pan is still hot. And so now we're gonna put it back in the oven for another 30 minutes, and we're gonna reduce the temperature to 325 degrees. So after the 30 minutes, remove the foil and add an extra 30 minutes. Okay, so now that all the baking is done, this is what it looks like. And you can have the option of grilling the top to make it more golden. So there's two ways. You can either eat it now, it's really fresh and hot. If I'm serving this at home, I like to eat it now, so I'll time my dinner so that this finishes when we're a little bit after we finish the dinner. So when you cut this, because it's super hot, it's very liquidy, it will kind of like bleh apart. But I like it really hot. So I cut the slices and I scoop them either in bowls, and I like to serve it with vanilla ice cream. It's an excellent option to eat it with. The other option is you let this cool completely, then you put it in the fridge overnight, and that way when you cut it, you'll have really nice clean cuts and the apples will stick together and it'll be nice pieces. So if you're going to a party or a friend's house, it's better to chill it and have nice clean cuts when you go out. So for this video, I'm gonna now let this cool completely and I'm gonna chill it in the fridge, and tomorrow I'll cut it for you. So after about 10 minutes of it sitting here after the oven, just use a knife to kind of loosen the edges, and we're gonna take off this ring. So that's the end of this tutorial. Thank you very much for watching, and I hope you have fun and enjoy this apple pie. Really, really good. Yummy, yummy, yummy.